So, welcome to Socrative. Socrative is a really useful tool for assessment. So, I'm just going to click the login option. And when you see here, you can see that there's a student login and a teacher login. If I'm just going to click the student login so that you can see what the students might see, that will just bring you to the room name. So then you will have the students will enter your room name if you create an account, and then they will be brought automatically to their test or their task. I'm going to log in with the teacher login now, and I'm going to sign in here. Okay, so this is the interface for Socrative. Unfortunately, like most tools now, they're kind of pushing hard the paid version, but you can do so much with the free version. You can see here, this is my room name. It's just Moontor P. Um, and then I can show you some of the quizzes that we have created, that I have created. So actually, no, that's just launching the quiz. Sorry, I'm going to look through my library and look at this one. So this is just a very, very simple tables quiz. And what's great about that is that you can, I know these first couple are quite, formulaic, I guess, 3 and 9, 4 and 9, but you can also ask them in any order so that it doesn't necessarily, the questions don't show up in order, okay? I'm going to go back to my library again and just look at a different one so that you can see a different example. Let's look at spelling. So in the past, I would have used um, Socrative as a spelling test, even though, Friday spellings and all that kind of thing. I know there are arguments against it for sure, but uh, this can be a really useful way of, you know, gathering together a quick spelling. It also doesn't, I think it's not, if it's online, like the children don't take it as seriously, it's not necessarily a big deal. Um, but you can see here that in making the test, I put question one was just number one, and the answer is just the word chair. And this explainer will come up. So if the children spell it Chare, this explainer will come up. So that's the idea of that. Oh yes. So my thoughts about school. This is a really fun, I suppose, way of gathering data as well. I would have used it in the past before for just before parent-teacher meetings. So how do you feel about school? They can pick their own individual answer. Why did you pick that? So then they can give an explanation of that as well. So I'm just now going to show you how to create a quiz. So I'm going to add a quiz. I'm going to add a blank quiz, and I'm going to call this quiz Counties of Ireland. Short answer question. What county do you live in? So that's kind of like an open-ended question. They can obviously, there could be multiple answers to that question. Then true and false as the next question. So that is question one. True and false question is 32 counties in Ireland. And that is true. Okay. Next I'm going to do multiple choice. How many counties are there in Munster? Five, six, whoops, six, which is correct. Seven or eight. And then an answer, an explanation. The six counties of Munster are, you can use AI as well if you wish. So I'm going to add a short answer question now. You can see that you can upload an image as well if you want. So that can be a saved image from your desktop or embed a video from, actually, yeah, that's only upgrade now. You used to be able to do that on the free version. Um, that is a very, very simple, quick way of showing you how to create a Socrative quiz. You could also ask how many provinces, or you could say, what is a province? They don't always have to be these correct or incorrect answers. You can highlight text here or underline it as you wish. You could also actually change that and say, you know, what is a province? And if you want to have that question before the other question, you can Just move that up. So what is the province and then how many provinces are there in Ireland? This one I'm going to change because that there is an answer here. Okay. And that is your very brief quiz on the counties of Ireland. But it can be really useful in, gaining feedback at the end of a chapter if you're doing a shared text with children, or, there's multiple ways of, using Socrative to get whole class feedback and as a whole class assessment. I think it's a really useful tool.